Hey, what's going on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, everybody? I want to talk about real quick the Leslie Jones issue and Milo, can't pronounce his last name, also known as Nero, formerly known as Nero on Twitter. He has been banned, and as you can expect, everyone is, a lot of people are up in arms as this is some type of silencing of free speech and a violation of his First Amendment rights and another example of political correctness, etc., etc. So one, let me state up front, I'm not going to shed any tears over a person who's made their entire career out of making other people's lives miserable. I'm not going to shed a single tear. I will discuss the nuances of whether it's free speech versus online speech and a private company, etc. But I mean, people are shedding tears over this dude. And my motto is, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword, man. If your entire existence is about making people's lives miserable, then don't expect us to shed one damn tear over your misery. All right, so that being said, first of all, please stop with the free speech bullshit, right? That's number one. It is not Twitter is not the federal government. You have no protection and no right to free speech on Twitter. Twitter has the right to dictate your speech as well as your behavior. And to be sure, what happened with Milo and Nero, whatever you want to call him, was about his behavior and his pattern of behavior of trolling, dogpiling, and harassing people. Now, don't get me wrong, this happens all day, every day on the Twitters. Everybody, most everybody does it. Regardless of your political, conservatives do it, progressives do it, everybody does it. So let's not pretend like anybody's clean in this game. One thing for sure though, Twitter's terms of service, if you violate them and somebody reports you and enough people report you, it doesn't matter who you are, you'll get suspended. I've been suspended because I didn't read, like most of you, I've never completely read the terms of service. I didn't even know you can get suspended for dogpiling. I bet you I won't get suspended for that going forward, And that's ultimately what he did. He directed his followers to Leslie Jones's timeline, and his followers took, he didn't do anything expressly racist, but he definitely shared a tweet that was doctored, that was fake tweet, making it look like Leslie Jones had said something racist. And so subsequently, all of his hundreds of thousands of followers went and harassed her. So he violated Twitter's terms of service. Now, some people, there's some of my white friends, some of my more libertarian-leaning white friends, and some of my anti-regressive white friends are like, well, this isn't an issue of whether or not he broke Twitter's rules. It's an issue of them applying their rules. Really? I mean, let's be realistic. Twitter can do whatever the hell they want to do. It's a private company, and you have to keep that in mind. Twitter has a vested interest in making sure as many people as possible use their platform, are happy to use their platform, and they have to protect the little bit of reputation that they have, right? Everybody knows it's a cesspool, but at a certain level, they still want to protect their image and their brand. And so at any point they decide to shut you down because of your harassment, your dogpiling, they can do it. And that's what they did. So it's a legit shutdown. It's what happens. You do not have freedom of speech. Sorry for all the movement. I'm uncomfortable out here in the sun. You do not have free speech on Twitter. You do not have, they can regulate your speech as well as your behavior. And Nero's behavior was, according to the documents from several articles, his behavior was a pattern of harassment. So shed some tears, do whatever you got to do, but hopefully, I hope he's gone forever. Because the truth of the matter is, like, besides arguing the nuances of it, there's some of you who make online life just unbearable, right? You get your kicks off of coming online and being an asshole. And then you get shocked when a private company, or I know Twitter's publicly traded now, but when a corporation decides, we don't want you making our environment a cesspool. We don't want you making our environment repugnant for people to come in, so repugnant that nobody wants to use our software. And so they kick your ass out. Boo-hoo, sorry, we could drink a lot of tears today. So, I mean, if you make your entire existence about pissing people off, then you shouldn't be surprised when shit comes back and bites you in the ass. That's just one side of it. The other side of it is, truth of the matter is, you guys on Twitter, and Facebook and YouTube online, you relentlessly target people for their race, for their orientation, for their weight. I mean, if I wasn't a callous and asshole myself, like I'm an asshole, right? If I wasn't a dick myself, I probably would give a fuck, but I don't, because I'm just as much an asshole as anybody else, which is why I got suspended before and I have to be careful. But the point is this: if you are an asshole, you do not you're not a protected class of people. It's not like you have the constitutional right to utilize someone's business and expect to do it and expect to have that freedom because of some no, there's no constitutional right to be an asshole. There's no protected class called asshole. If you are a dick and a prick, companies can tell you to leave their organization, leave their premises, and don't come back. And it only makes sense that people want to protect their brand and they want to protect their image. So that's what it is. I mean, imagine if you owned a restaurant and people were chasing away clients because they were being asshole. You have every right to put that person out of your restaurant, and it would be smart to do so. So that's the bottom line. I mean, ultimately, actually there's a couple other things. It's hilarious seeing conservatives actually pretend as though they give a shit about Milo's sexuality. Like they're really offended that Twitter banned a gay man. You don't care about anybody's sexuality on any given day of the week. Stop feigning disgust. Stop feigning outrage. You know you don't give a damn about his sexuality. You only want to use it to manipulate the situation and to prove a political point. Just like you don't really care about blue lives, you only use blue lives when it's an opportunity to silence black lives. One last thing, Leslie Jones, we love you. I love you. Love what you do. Keep doing what you do. Don't let them steal your hate. Don't let them steal your joy, rather. Freudian slip. No, don't let them steal your joy. Send the trolls our way to people who are already dead on the inside. But all you who still have some, joy on the inside of you, don't let the onlines and the Twitters and the YouTubes steal your joy. Send them to us. We're dead on the inside. We can handle that bullshit. All right, later.